Lagos in capital letters. Welcome back. It is now 13 minutes after 8 on the clock. This morning, we started the day getting inspired to learn new things. The magic of saying, let me try. You could become a very skilled sunshine, very skilled super sunshine, just by becoming a yes, I will try person. Right? And then we got into the family fun moment as you were taking your kids to school. We got to become your morning school run sidekicks. I had a very funny message when we were having the Brainiac trivia. I almost forgot to read that one. It says, good morning, morning school run sidekicks. Please, I need you guys to come and feed the kids so they can leave for school. When we said that we were the morning school run sidekicks, we meant you're on your way for the morning school run. And we're helping
and we're
you.
with you
We're
to
with
keep you
you.
company.
Yeah, not that we're going to come to the house and force the
No,
children
but if
to
you
eat
want
their
us to come
breakfast.
to the house, we can share our rate cards and then we can come
Oh, I love that.
and babysit for you
I love that.
for
Yes.
a fee.
Yeah, we could.
Yes.
The morning bell duo could actually come to your house and get the kids ready for school. But yes, of course, it's for a fee. So that we can bring
It's
some
small
more.
fee, chingling, just little,
Chingling. I like when you say chingling.
just a little something.
Well, on that note, I think we can say kudos to the Super Sunshines who were on the morning school run today. Special shout out to Mrs. Indiane for Mr. Taju. Special shout out to Mrs. Sylvanas, Mrs. Emere, all of you. It's not easy to wake up every day and make sure that your kids get to school on time. Their lunch boxes are packed. And then you going extra. This is why I love Brainiac. Spending time in the car, we're laughing and learning together.
Yep.
Trust me, we're doing the Lord's work. We're making impact in the life of our sunshines. I love it. All right, now, Lagos, it's 15 minutes after 8 on the clock. It's a Wednesday morning, and you know that we're having a conversation that would definitely help the heartbeat of your family. When the heart of a person is not beating properly, it affects everything.
True.
It affects the flow of blood and circulation of blood in the body.
True.
It affects your stability. It affects your energy. It affects the relationship with your body and the other organs in your body. So the heart definitely is the center of the body. That is how the conversations that we have on Family Pulse definitely are at the center of your family. We're having conversations that would definitely have your family's heart beating better and better relationship. We want you to have the best family possible, the best family experience.
Yep.
So yes, you're welcome to Family Pulse this Wednesday morning. We wanted to have a surprise guest for you on this segment because we want to have someone who you can ask your questions like we had with Mr. Green on Family Wallet.
For the investment 101.
Yes, but we will definitely have that next week. Our guest is unavoidably unable to be here this morning. She sent me a text telling me kids at school and get here, we would have gone halfway in or maybe at the end of the show. So definitely next week Wednesday we'll continue this conversation. So let's take an introduction of the conversation. There's a very important question that I feel we need to ask one another. Yesterday I told the Sunshines that when it comes to relationships, it is the lifeblood of a person. When you've gone to work, you've shown up with strangers. Of course, even though we know a lot of people, not everybody is our person, right?
Yeah.
So you have your people, and subconsciously, some of us might know this, some of us might not. We draw from the people that we have our relationships with. You draw from your children draw from you. You might be very surprised how much of an impact you have on your loved ones showing up, Uncle Gang.
Yeah.
Right? Because sometimes, I think it was you, and I've also heard somebody really close to me say that to me as well in recent times, how somebody out there can do something to you and you're like, oh, well, I don't know you. Then you go home and say your wife does that same thing to you. And
or your sibling, a family member, someone close to you does the same thing.
And then it breaks your heart,
Yeah.
takes away from your confidence. And so how do we become people that can, we're showing up as well as we should in the world, but we're giving our loved ones the tools that they need to make it in life, to be successful in life. Well, I would say that to do that, you have to be an emotionally intelligent person. You have to be an emotionally intelligent person. And it's quite popular. I would say it's a buzzword, emotional intelligence. You're not emotionally intelligent.
Yeah, it's a buzzword indeed. And the thing is, let me just throw this out there. You know, people can say you are an intelligent person.
Yeah.
You can be an intelligent person, right? But emotional intelligence is totally a different kind of intelligence.
Yes. The same way that you could be very intelligent with schoolwork and not be financially smart.
Exactly.
So there's some information that you would need to unlock that side of you. So this morning on Family Pulse, let's talk about a different kind of intelligence. Not the one you use to solve the maths problems or spell your big words. Not the one you use to help them with their quantitative reasoning, verbal reasoning, all of that. Kudos to you if you do that. But the one that you use to handle your feelings, to manage your feelings and the one of the other people around you, the one that helps us manage our relationships better, whether it's between you and your spouse, between you and your children, between you and other people that you meet in life. I would say that an emotionally intelligent person is definitely on the road to success in life. The question we're asking this morning is, who is an emotionally intelligent person? Who is an emotionally intelligent child? If you know something about this, send us a message. We want to hear your angle. Of course, we're exploring the topic as we go, as an introductory phase before we have our resource person join us in the conversation in the next episode. But we want to know, when you look at 9 a.m. and the mood of the show is now one that helps you settle into your day. So don't touch your radio.
What does your family listen to? What do they watch? Is it fun? Is it really fun?
No, no, no!
Hey, catch some of radio's finest and most wholesome content on Kids FM 101.7. Starting from the morning bell, catch all your favorite shows on Kids FM. Families, this is where you get all the fun. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Kids FM Nigeria. Kids FM 101.7. Let's play.
101.7 Kids FM.
Lagos, welcome back. 28 minutes after 8 on the clock. The morning bell, we're still here for you, having this conversation that definitely will improve the heartbeat of your family. When we say the heartbeat of your family, we mean that your family will definitely, have a better quality, better dynamic. And of course, that means that the sunshines that come out from that family will be exceptional sunshines, if I do say so myself.
You say so.
We were asking the question, who is an emotionally intelligent person? Who is an emotionally intelligent child? We encourage you to tell us what you think that is so that we can also learn from you. I mean, when you look at children, what is it that you see? And then you say, oh, that's very emotionally intelligent of them. Yeah. And also when you look at people, what do you see in them? And then you say, this person is emotionally intelligent. Let's start looking at a way to explore this topic. Pointer number 1, somebody who's emotionally intelligent. I would say that there are people who understand their own feelings. For the longest time, it was okay for children to act out and be a certain kind of way when they feel a certain kind of way. They can't explain to us in their own words sometimes. So we take it that it's okay. But I love the fact that as the world has grown and gone better and gone further from the past, we have now seen parents who are intentional about teaching children to name their feelings. Sometimes what you're feeling, if you can name it, it takes away the pressure that it comes with. For example, if a person is feeling envy, once you can name it and say, oh, this thing I'm feeling right now is envy, it helps you understand that it is not something that can overpower you or push you around.
Okay.
It takes the mask. I think it takes the mask off of the face of that feeling, and you can now understand yourself better and understand that feeling better.
And it reduces can I say the fear or the phobia of that feeling.
Yes. Oh my God, that is so good. So good. Sometimes we have a certain expectation for ourselves that is unrealistic in the first place, because as a human being you're prone to being good and being bad. The question is which part of the feeling would you tilt towards?
Yeah.
If you're being pulled towards anger, would you stay angry, or would you look for a way to walk through your anger?
Yeah.
An emotionally intelligent person can clearly say what they're feeling. They can recognize when they're angry, when they're sad, when it's jealousy, when it's embarrassment, or just them being nervous, instead of acting out without understanding. Let me tell you something, Uncle Gang.
Yeah.
Have you seen those memes on the internet where it says, I start reading the book of Proverbs and then I realize that I'm the fool that the Proverbs talks about? This is that conversation. Because I think every one of us, especially in Lagos, because of how much of how
Thank you for
tensed-
saying that. Lagos.
Yes, especially in
city.
Lagos. This city has a way of keeping you tense and stressed out in a way that it's like, you better not test me. I'm about to flip. You better not test me. I'll come at you. And we brag about it. Like, yeah, have you ever seen someone saying, I know well, I know well,
Yes, talking about themselves. Oh, don't try me, or I'm not okay.
Oh my gosh. This is not a conversation to drag you. Trust me, Uncle Gang and Lady Sunshine are also guilty of acting out without understanding why.
Yeah.
Because we're humans and we get stressed out. But we're having this conversation, remember, so that we can be better members of the family, better members of society, and better sunshines at the end of the day. So yes, emotional intelligence shows when you understand your feelings. You can call them by their names clearly. You know when you're feeling like that, and you can communicate that. Uncle Gan, go on.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned it, because even this morning on my way to work,
Yeah.
for those that are experiencing what's happening in Lekki with the road
With the road construction, yeah.
how you wake up one morning and then this road exists, and then this road doesn't exist. This road is blocked, and so many things that they're trying to dull your day. I think you have to be not just emotionally intelligent, you need to be emotionally strong.
Emotionally strong.
Do you understand? To
Yeah.
have that willpower to resist, getting into certain moods.
Road rage and the
Ugh.
rest. Let me tell you one of
I'm
the
so
one of the
guilty of that.
scariest road rages that I've seen in my life was one time my sister had just given birth, and I was driving to the hospital. I was driving her husband's car to the hospital. I'd gone home to get some things and we're going back. And then I got this day at Agbara. I got to the roundabout. I was about to come out to the road. And of course, anybody who stays around Agbara knows that the road is always blocked. You're trying to get somewhere that would take you about 30 minutes. Start looking at hours, okay?
Yeah.
And of course, you'll be frustrated. Nobody wants to sit in traffic for that long.
Nobody.
Then there's some people, honestly, there's some people who are driving and you're like, who gave you the car keys? Who gave you this car? Are you sure it's yours? or
How
it's
are
for
you? How are you licensed to be on
you
the road?
understand? And then this guy does this. I don't know. He did this very crazy thing, and then this man gets out of his car. I had noticed that sometimes you see some people, they have whip koboko in their car.
Yeah.
I have never
You've never seen anybody put it to
I've
use.
never seen anybody put it to use. This man got out of his car and was like, what is wrong with you? You must be, and he was so huge. I said, you must be very stupid. The next thing he goes, grabs the koboko and he's flogging another grown man. I was shocked beyond my wildest imagination. I was just like, what? The man ran away. At some point, because this other guy is huge and tall, the other guy is average height. The average guy just runs away from his car. Is open. The engine is still running. He runs away for his dear life because the man is about to
Just
whip the
wondering
hell
why
out of
this
him.
stranger is now flogging. The flog that I haven't been flogged.
You know the funny thing, when you do something wrong and this other guy had the look on his face
Yeah.
where he's like, oh, I already know.
I know I'm guilty.
I know. Like, so when he came out, but this other guy was not having it. We had been sitting there for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I am guilty. I won't lie to you. I'm guilty of road rage, and that happened to me when I started driving in this town. Thank God for my wife that sometimes is in the passenger side and calms me down, because he keeps on telling me things like, they can't hear you in the other car.
Not every time.
Not
Sometimes you can wind down your glass and say, you, I'm talking to you.
So there was a time what I witnessed, somebody did something just mad on the road, and then the guy just came and parked by him, wound down his window. You could tell this guy was about to
I'm about
say
to
something.
slap your
you know what
face.
he just said, God bless you.
Oh, nice.
God bless you. But the way he said, just bless you, with annoyance, bless you. And then, so that one was now feeling a little bit guilty. But the craziest one I heard of was a friend of mine. One guy stopped in the middle of the road to greet somebody in another car and was blocking someone behind him. When the person kept on pressing their horn, he came out of his car, opened that person's car, and slapped the person driving. I said, only in the city of Las Gidi, the things that you see and experience. So there's just so many things that you have to do to actually control your emotions.
Now, speaking of that, so we also have to bring this back home. You know that as adults, we have our stresses that we're dealing with. We have bills to pay. Sometimes cost of living wants to kill the living.
In fact, sunshine. Yes, see, something happened yesterday. Maybe I shouldn't even say it.
Okay.
The lawyer that runs my building sent us a message about what the rent is going to be.
Oh my
the
God.
new rent for next year.
Oh my
just
God.
to give us an update.
Yeah.
The first message I sent him, I said, "Wow." I said, "Wow." I said, "Nice one." You know, something's has to happen in Lagos. Let me just say this.
Yeah.
In Nigeria as a whole, something has to happen.
Yeah, so we're always dealing with our different stress levels and everything. So it's easy to say that it's okay to be angry. Someone told me sometime last year I was having a tough time and I was flipping out on everyone. And he said to me, if you start getting angry, it'll be easier to get angry. But if you start being loving, it'll be easier to be loving. And then also another person has said to me before that if you tell yourself that there is a valid reason to be angry and to lash out at people, trust me, you will be a person that does that. But if you will not excuse it, if you would hold yourself accountable, you would find that you can actually control your temper. Now, speaking of reacting, we've given you the example of road rage because that's something we all can relate to. Some of you are on the road right now. The second pointer of an emotionally intelligent person is they pause before they react. They pause before they react. They do not rush to speak or they do not rush to act when they are upset. They take a moment to think about the consequences of their actions before responding. Oh my God, if only we could do this consistently every time. There are times where someone has been doing, for example, the guy who opened the car and then slapped the person. You've literally given the person a yardstick to correct themselves.
Yeah.
You've literally called them to other, but it seems like they would rather just keep on being so defiant in your face. And then it tempts you to want to take an action because you, at that point, all you can think of is taking an action against that person. And so that means the person has tempted you so much that they've trapped you within the confines of your emotion. But like my dad would say, step out of the emotion. So it's like a room. You're there, your anger is there, your rage is there, your madness, everything is there. Step out of the room, open the door and step out of the room. I've not been able to do it every time, but the times when I've done it, I always end up feeling proud of myself.
It's like, you know, I don't know why my timeline, sometimes I've been checking out a couple of reels here and there. And there was one I saw about someone that gave an example. He took an orange and he was saying, if you squeeze an orange, what's going to come out of it?
Juice.
Right?
Yeah.
What kind of juice?
Sweet juice.
Orange
Orange
juice.
juice, yeah.
Do you understand? That's what's going to come out of it. So apple juice can't come out of orange juice. So what comes out of it is orange juice. And then somebody was like, but what else do you expect to come out when you squeeze an orange?
So let me.
He took it further. He was like, somebody was like, but that's very common sense now that it's an orange. So of course that's what it's going to produce.
Yeah.
And the guy now said, so look at yourself as an orange.
When you're
when people squeeze you, when people push you,
what comes out of
you? Do you understand?
Oh my goodness.
So when the anger and the rage and so many of those
And the
negative
violence.
things and the
And the
violence
terrible words.
comes out of you, it goes to show that is what
That
is
is what is
inside.
inside. Oh my God, that is so. Oh my, we need.
Do you understand?
Oh my, I'm sure
That
you're
is what-
bursting with pride, and you're.
You know that I'm sharing
yeah,
this
I know
thing.
your hands are like this.
Exactly. So
I
that's what
know.
comes out of you. So if you approach things with love and compassion, that's what's inside you. So you
Yeah.
need to understand what is inside you, control it, take your time. Like they said, pause before you react, and
Yeah.
then let that juice that comes out of you be one that is more acceptable.
Let me tell you this: there's sometimes where, say, I'm having a conversation with someone, or I'm reading a book, or I come across a certain information or something. I get information of any kind, whether I'm giving it or I'm taking it, and then my entire nervous system just crashes because I come to realize that I have to do some unpacking, some unscrewing, some
Some
fixing.
unlearning to
This-
relearn.
Because what you just said, it's easy to blame the other person. You made me angry. It's easy to say you're the person. You're the one. Takes me to what I saw. Tony Robbins said something the other day. Says that when we say that somebody triggers you, that they're not triggering you.
Yeah.
You are giving them something to trigger you with. So, but if you step away and take responsibility, because he says the same thing that is triggering you, somebody else would experience the same thing from this person and not get triggered.
Yeah.
So you are the one who has a trigger.
You're the one that's
You know?
triggering yourself.
Yes, you're the one triggering
It's
yourself.
also the same way they say when somebody insults you in a language you don't understand, it has no meaning.
Yeah, true that.
You get me?
Yeah.
You know, you're fluent in French.
Yes.
So if you were to insult me in French and I didn't understand it, I'm like, okay, I didn't hear. I heard you, but I don't understand what you said.
Yeah.
It's no big deal. But then when you interpret it in the language I understand, I now choose to take offense.
For example, say I was to say, Uncle Gang, avec ta grosse tête.
You too, Vector is a good artist.
No, I say avec ta grosse tête.
A Vector,
Avec ta grosse tête.
Papa Pute, Abi
You
Papa
and
Mute.
you and your big head.
Oh, that's what it means?
Yeah, avec ta
But
grosse tête.
still, my head is big, it's bigger.
Well, you know why you didn't have a response from me.
'Cause
You didn't
know-
understand.
I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
But now that I understand it, the head is big and filled with so much.
No, stop copying. That's my line.
Uh,
That is my line. That is my response. Don't
I'm
copy
pausing
me.
before I react. I'm about
Pausing-
to
pausing
I'm about to
before you-
knock you out when you
pausing
play the
before
next
you
song.
react.
Why when you play the
Pause
next song, I'm
before
about to
you react.
attack you.
Wait.
I'm going to pause. This is going to be premeditated.
That is, oh my God, that's so funny. It's like, pause before you react, but you're choosing to do the negative thing, so I'm doing the positive. I'm pausing before I punch you in the eye, man.
You know, because there's sometimes you pause. Now, I don't want to sound negative
You pause,
now.
but you still
But
react
sometimes
negatively.
you pause, you think about it, you digest it, and you be like, all right, I'm about to hit this person in the eye. But just give me 5 minutes. Let me relax. Should I still do it? Say no. If I don't give this guy, he will not understand.
This is so
And
hilarious.
then- so that's when it becomes premeditated. You paused, took time, thought about it. It wasn't spontaneous. Thought about it and then still decided to do it.
It was worth it. Oh my God. So let's look at pointer number 3 very quickly. I love how we're having, some comedy and some humor with the conversation. I can't stop laughing. I'm sorry.
It's just, I understand. It's good.
Oh my God. All right, with pointer number 3, you want to listen to understand. Oh my God, this is so good. A person who's emotionally intelligent would pay attention when others are speaking. Or have you ever been with around somebody or having a conversation with someone who just wants to talk back? They didn't hear anything you said. They just want to talk back, and this is so
when
evident.
they do talk back, their statements or their response goes to show that they have no understanding.
Of what you
of
were
was going on.
saying. An emotionally intelligent person is not just waiting for their turn to talk. They truly listen to what others are saying. I think this goes to show, if you look at pointer 1, pointer 2, pointer 3, I think this goes to show the importance of being a good person. I know that life will try to toughen you up. We know that life will try to put you on the other side of the stick, on the negative side, on the dark side of the stick, because it seems like if you're the one who's on the bright side, the people on the negative side will always get on your nerves, so you'll be tempted to join them. But tell you what, it is very beautiful to be a great person, because when you sleep at night, you're really proud of how you're showing up in life. Tell you this, you could have all the words to say. I was telling somebody the other day that when I think I want to emulate the thinking that when I'm having a back and forth with someone, of which disagreements and misunderstandings are a part of life, but when I'm having a back and forth with someone, I want to always remind myself that the purpose of the conversation is not for me to come out on the other side proving to them that they were wrong and foolish. I want us to have an understanding. I want us, when the conversation is ending, you feel like you were heard. I feel like I was heard, but we've come to a place where there's an understanding. That way, that whatever was the reason for the misunderstanding will not happen again. But when you find yourself choosing to fight to win, if that person feels wronged, offended, or overlooked, they would come back to the conversation again.
The challenge, like you said, you hit the key word. Sometimes it's almost like you're trying to have a win for the other person to have a loss. And sometimes that doesn't work in certain relationships, because what people fail to understand most times is that you're on the same team. You want the same things. You want to triumph. You want to prosper. You want to win. So people always act as if you are the enemy. You know, when you are not. So that's another way to look at it.
I love this conversation, and I love the fact that we're continuing this conversation all throughout the month of February. I love that, because it will give us ample time to get into it. This morning, we've asked the question, who is an emotionally intelligent person? We've looked at the pointers. An emotionally intelligent person understands their own feelings. They recognize it. They can name it. They pause before they react. They don't step out of their car and go slap somebody else in the next car. And then the one we've looked at now is that they listen to understand. There are a lot of other pointers to knowing that someone is emotionally intelligent, or to knowing that you as a person is emotionally intelligent. We'll continue this conversation next week when we have our early childhood psychologist in the studio with us. Unavoidably, she wasn't able to be here, but we hope that the pointers 1, 2, 3, as always, the morning bell, we just want you to be inspired to be the best and the brightest human being, the best person you can be. We hope that this inspires you, because it has definitely inspired us. I'm sure it has inspired Uncle Gang. It has inspired me to want to look into myself and, understand how I can be more emotionally intelligent, how I can nurture the relationships that I have in my life, showing up better.
Sunshine. So you said it. You said it all. All right. Let's try and be more intelligent emotionally.
It's not about the big words. We're going to go back to the music, and then when we come back, we'll say our goodbyes. We hope that all the rays of sunshine from us, from you, from the sunshine, from everyone who's contributed on the Morning Bell has inspired you to shine brighter today. Don't touch your radio, Lagos. We'll be right back.